G'day everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Videos have been a bit short coming out lately, sorry for that. I haven't been doing too great since coming back from America, but just about to water the garden, figured I'd give you a little garden tour. Getting to the tail end of the season, things are starting to suffer. I'm starting to get a lot of insects and that sort of thing going on, but you know, things are still going along. During this winter I'll probably leave it rest a fair bit and try and refresh the soil a fair bit. All right, so in our long bed we got some little tomatoes. This end of the bed's never done fantastic. One of the cucumbers has died off. Beans never really grew. That one there's got a few on it, but yeah, not a lot of action on the beans. Cucumbers have given me a fair bit. The jalapenos in this bed have not really done fantastically. Oregano, you can't kill that stuff. A few more tomatoes. Been starting to get some fruit off these. We have had an absolutely shocking summer here. It's been really cool, and when it does turn warm, it turns really hot for a couple of days and then it goes cool again. You can see here we're starting to get a bit of aphids and bugs and this sort of thing happening. This is my okra, which again, this cooler weather hasn't done wonders for it. This section here, I cleared up a lot of it. I'm getting reshoots on the Swiss chard. I've got some garlic which was never harvested coming back up. I've got some corn in here, again not doing fantastic. This lot of tomatoes here, green, lots of fruit on them, but it's just not ripening. I haven't picked one off these two plants, whereas those plants which are struggling a bit more, got a couple off. The one on the end that's struggling a lot, got some off that. A bit more oregano here, which needs a good hack back at the end of the season. Coming through here, these are mortgage lifted tomatoes. Luckily I rent, because they certainly wouldn't be paying for my mortgage. Again, getting a lot of bug damage. You can see here, caterpillars hit it, eating the top out of it. So absolute waste of a tomato, but it looks like we might be finally, there we go, first one off my mortgage lifters. Okay, that one looks great, caterpillar. So that one's going out to the chickens. Again, we've got garlic coming up, back up through here. We've got some okra in here, again, hasn't really done well. Comfrey in definite need of a water. As I said, I'm out here to do the watering. Down this end, again, beans, yeah, didn't really do so good. Rhubarb's sort of thinking it's done for the year. Turmeric, two different sorts. This one's growing fantastically. This one's shooting a lot, but not growing too much. Ginger is doing pretty well. So as long as the weather doesn't turn frosty on me, still should be right on these ones. Paprika is finally starting to flower. It took a long time to start this year. So yeah, we finally got some little flowers in there. We'll see if we get a crop. Over the back there, we've got some Chinese artichoke. That's been doing well. Happy as Larry, should put on plenty of bulbs. Okay, we've got the white sweet potato. I've put a bucket there, got some shoots started in that, which is generally the way I propagate. I'll throw up a link for how I do the propagation. Okay, next up we have the Kumara sweet potato, which is a New Zealand variety. Again, got my bucket out the front with some rooting going on there. Here we've got the pepper bed. The Hungarian wax are doing awesome. Apart from the fact I've had some rats come in, so I've taken some preventative measures for them. Here at the front we've got our little jalapenos. These were planted, these are out of the same punnet as those ones in the front garden, and you can see major difference. They've got fruit on them, they're huge, so that tells me that front garden really needs working. All right, zucchini plants, they've been getting hit by some powdery mildew. It's hard to water them without getting water on the leaves. May well be time to cut them back. They're not producing much anymore. So yeah, might be time to pull them out. Potatoes, purple Congo is doing fantastic up this end. Probably time to harvest that one at the back there. Got more potatoes spread out into the yard. Doing great. The walking onions started getting a bit of black aphids on them, so I need to get some mineral oil and spray those down. But again, potatoes, they've just gone bonkers. They're loving life. My Queensland blue pumpkins, I've got one against the building over there, as long as the rats haven't got to that. So yeah, that little one in there, that's coming along fine. As to the rest of it, have to wait till the end of the season when I clean it up and find out what's hidden in amongst this mess. I'm not really too optimistic about it. Just really hasn't been the year for growing pumpkins down here. These little squash have produced and produced and produced. But again, starting to get the powdery mildew. You see lovely squash has formed on them. So yeah, been really happy with the way they produced. Probably wasn't the best area to plant them, so lesson learned for me. Again, out here with the crimson blush potatoes, they're doing fantastic. Coming back to the central bed. Now on this end we have our taro plants, and I'm gonna need to harvest some of that soon if I want to harvest this year, just so what's left can re-establish. So we need to get that done. Cucumbers in here have gone bonkers. These have produced pretty well, not super well, but they've produced pretty well. Astra's been happy with her snacks. Chive's still going strong. Marigolds absolutely done a great job at weed prevention. I've been taking those out, feeding them to the chickens. This last little Swiss chard plant needs to be cut back. As you can see, still going to seed, so I cut that back, and I generally leave the roots and a bit of the base in the ground, and it may come back up again, which I've had a few others do. The watermelons, yeah, look, they haven't really done anything. Found out when I was putting these in that I have a really thick clay layer in this garden bed. Need to get some worms up in here and some manure on it to try and break that down. So we will see. Out front of here, we've got our Northern Star sweet potatoes. They have gone wild. Hopefully they're producing as well as they're sending shoots out. Again, we've got a little starter bag out the front there to overwinter them. Coming over to this other smaller bed, I have some of the walking onions here. They got hit massively by the black aphids. So I separated it out from the first lot. I pulled out all the dead material in there, trying to let some air through it. And as I said, I need to spray some mineral oil on those, or some natural oils that break down in soap. I need to spray it on these to try and get rid of these aphids. But yeah, I've separated it out. I didn't want a massive infection going through all of my walking onions. The bed itself, finally I had one female flower to fertilize today. Haven't seen any other female flowers on this. It has not been doing well. I've got some garlic again, not harvested, so that's coming back up in here. Swiss chard coming back up again from, just getting the top cut off it. That looks like a leek coming up in here. It looks like another leek coming up in here. So a few bits and bobs coming up. A yacon, as you can see, really droopy today. Really needs some water. We had a 30-degree day, which is about 90 Fahrenheit. And I didn't water yesterday, so everything's a little bit droopy, and I need to get that watering done. Yacon takes a fair bit of water. They put down those really succulent, juicy roots, and they need a fair bit of water to maintain all of that. Down this end of the garden we have Northern Star sweet potatoes, again restarted. These are the purple fleshed, purple skin sweet potatoes. Again, restarted extra buckets for these things. We have the ochre, which has been doing great. Once that starts to die down, then we'll harvest. Up here we've got the recently bought ones. So we will see. These don't have species names, so that makes it tricky. That one's a purple skin, white flesh. This one's a purple skin, purple flesh, and they're both in that bucket till I free some more buckets up, and I've got some more space to separate out the shoots. Lastly, we're out to see the chickens. Give them some food before I go water out the front. So we've got the full-size chickens out the front, and then we have the babies out the back. It's looking like I'm going to get 5 girls, the white ones and the black ones. And it looks like this little fella here, who's so attractive, is probably going to be a male. Okay, there we go. We'll flip them out the tomatoes. They can take care of those pesty ones. All right, so there we go. There's a little garden update. I will endeavour to get some more videos out for everyone when I get a chance. You got to see the chicks. I still need to do the second part of the chicken hatching video. So yeah, look, bear with me. I'll get some videos out for you all to watch as soon as I can. All right, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.